Hello, this is Bruce Chamoff, your web design coach, and you're watching the Web Design Business Success Series. I'm coming to you from New York City, and it's pretty noisy out there, but I want to tell you, the competition in web design is huge, and you're watching this video that will talk about the competition and show you how to eliminate the competition. Not completely. You can never completely eliminate the competition, but I want to tell you that you can absolutely minimize the competition, even in your local area. Well, let's talk about the competition first, because it's not just other people. You think that the competition can be another web designer or another web design firm. No, it's also technology. We're competing with software like Dreamweaver. We're competing with do-it-yourself sites like Wix. And there are hundreds of other websites out there like Wix that help people design websites very cheaply. Okay? And how do you compete with that? Well, I've been doing it, and I'm still getting the clients today, even in the midst of the technology of other web designers. And here's how you do it. One, the most important thing is analyze the competition. I cannot stress this enough. In your local area, if your country or of your city, find other web designers. Get on Google and Google the web designers that are out there. I'm telling you, this is what I do. And I actually, believe it or not, make them my allies. They're not my competition, because when you Google the other web designers in your local area, you are eliminating the competition, by the way, and you're doing it very easily, because what you're doing is you are contacting them and seeing if there's some kind of service that you handle that they can hire you for, and vice versa. Find those other web design companies that handle something, that have an expertise that you do not, and ask them if you can hire them. And don't worry, it's not going to cost you much money because you're going to pass that cost on to the client. I've been doing this for years, and I'm telling you, it is such a success for me. So, one, get out there and Google the competition. Okay? In other words, if you do WordPress web development, and sorry for the noise out there because I'm in New York City, it's always loud. But if you live in a particular area, okay, and let's say you're doing WordPress web development and you're in London. So go ahead on Google and search for WordPress web developers in London. Now, what you can do is you can contact them, and maybe you need a custom plugin developed. Don't go it alone. You can always find somebody to develop the plugin for you. You can meet with them, take them out for, a nice breakfast. And whatever they charge, you can double that with the client. Trust me, if the client wants a custom plugin on WordPress, and this is just one example, I mean, this could be anything. This could be SEO, social media. If they want a custom programming that you just can't find on WordPress, find out what they charge. If they charge $75 an hour or $100 an hour, charge the client $200 an hour. This way, your expense is also your profit. So in other words, if it's costing you $100 an hour, you charge the client $200 an hour just for that plugin to be developed, then you're still making $100 on the deal. You're still managing that other web designer or developer, and you're still managing your time with the client. I do this, okay? I have worked on websites where I have charged the client $150 an hour, but then I needed someone to do SEO. The SEO guy charged $300 an hour. So just for the SEO service, I quoted the client $600 an hour. And believe it or not, this is not a bad thing to do, because when you're charging $150 an hour for your regular work, the client is going to see the value in a higher price service only for that service. I'm not an SEO guy. I do SEO, but I'm not, I'm not like a consultant that people can hire me for. I work with other SEO consultants. And what I do with those SEO consultants is whatever they charge me, I double it to the client. Because don't forget that I'm still making another hourly rate on the regular work. So clients know that different services have different prices and different values. And it's important to not charge the same hourly rate for all of those services together, because it basically devalues your work. In other words, if you're charging for the website for $150 an hour, or you're charging $300 a page, and all of a sudden now the client wants SEO, what are you going to charge, $150 an hour when the SEO guy is charging you $300? No, you're going to lose money. You don't want to do that. All right, and don't worry, I have other videos in the Web Design Business Success series that I'm going to show you how to make proposals. You know, you can find these other videos of mine, and you can actually find how to make proposals. I got a whole series coming up on that, and I'm going to show you how to value each service with a different hourly rate. You do not have to charge the same hourly rate for every single service you perform with a client. The competition will help you. Now, also, here's another great way of leveraging the competition. This is number 2. If you charge $150 an hour to the client and you get backed up on projects, excuse me, I'm coughing here. There's nothing that says that you can't hire somebody at a lower hourly rate. In other words, if you're charging $150 an hour, find another web designer that's less expensive than you are. Maybe you have another person in your local area that's charging $75 an hour. Well, guess what? If you pay that person $75 an hour for the same service that you're charging $150 an hour to the client, guess what? You're making $75 an hour, which is 150 minus 75. You're making the difference, and you're not even doing the work. You're just managing the client and managing the outside consultant. It's such a great way to make money with the competition. And the competition will thank you. I can't tell you, I mean, don't get me wrong, not everybody's going to take this favorably. Some of your competitors are going to say, what are you, crazy? I'm not going to work with you because you're my competition. Well, guess what? Those guys never win. Those guys never, ever succeed. I'm telling you. I only work with the web designers that are willing to work with me and my clients. And then, you also have to have an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, which I'm going to have in another video. But definitely, this is a great way to eliminate the competition. I use it all the time in my business. Okay? Now, the competition is not just people, as I mentioned. Number 3, in technology, you are competing with Wix. You're competing with Dreamweaver. And you might use these services yourself. You might use Dreamweaver, you might use Wix, but these services make it easier for a lot of web designers who have no talent in design and who actually insult the web design industry to get into this. I mean, I don't want to insult anyone that's using these services. I'm saying that it's inundated. The whole industry is inundated, and it makes it easier to enter this field. So you can even Google, and I've done this before too, in New York City, Google web designers using Wix. You will find a list. You'll find just search results on Google and Yahoo that say, hey, we are using Wix. People give up that information. Some people don't. Some people don't want you to know they're using Wix. But if they're using Wix, fine. You know what? That's cool. If the client wants Wix, and I have clients that want Wix, they don't want me to hand code the HTML. Fine. If you're not great at Wix, you got 2 options. You can, 1, learn how to use Wix, or 2, find an expert in Wix. And just get out there and Google it. I'm telling you, they will pop up. And even if let's say you're charging $150 an hour to the client, and a guy who does Wix, he says, okay, I'm charging $125 an hour. Well, you still make $25 an hour, right? But you can always command the price. You're the employer. You're not really the employer, but you're hiring that consultant, that competitor to work for you. You can always say, I can only pay you $90 an hour or $75 an hour. So definitely, these are ways to eliminate the competition. Anyway, that's it for this video. You can subscribe to this channel because I have many videos in the playlist for Web Design Business Success Series. Talk to you soon. This is Bruce Chamoff, your web design coach.